Coming up on Around San Diego, the San Diego police officer injured in that fiery crash has been released from the hospital. All that we know right now. And the man in prison for opening fire at Santana High School back in 2001 will be up for parole soon. We speak with the California state senator who says he'll be fighting to keep the shooter behind bars. Plus, we are continuing to work for you, investigating claims of a tiny home scam in San Diego. One couple has lost $70,000. Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us as we take you around San Diego. I'm CBS 8's Jenny Day, and I'll get you caught up on a week's worth of news and look ahead in less than 30 minutes. We do start with some good news. The San Diego police officer critically injured in last week's fiery crash is now recovering at home after just being released from the hospital. So this is Officer Zach Martinez as he left the hospital with a crowd cheering him on out the door. San Diego police released the video but say he does still have a long road ahead of him. Just this week, a fundraiser brought a crowd to Pacific Beach to raise money for Martinez and the memory of his partner, Austin Machitar, who was killed in that crash. CBS 8's Jasmine Ramirez reports on the show of support.
We were all obviously heartbroken at the news of what happened, the tragic incident with the officers involved. And one of the officers, Zachary, was a frequent here of line dancing nights, especially at Moonshine Beach.
They decided tonight's line dancing night would be the perfect time to help. Money raised will be going to the Hero Foundation Fund and given to the officers' families. Last week's pursuit ended in a fiery crash on Claremont Mesa Boulevard. Austin Machitar was killed, and the crash sent his partner Zach Martinez through the windshield, causing critical injuries. We got an update on his condition and learned he was being released from the hospital and going home to his family.
And by the grace of God, we're very grateful that he's going home today.
He says it's a miracle Zach survived and that he still has a long road to recovery. Doctors say he suffered a broken neck, burns, and facial injuries.
We were able to take care of him and get him back to a place where he can continue his recovery at home.
The police chief says he's thankful for the community's support.
It's times like this that bring people together, and if there is a silver lining when we have tragedies like this, it's the way that we do come together.
And that's exactly what we saw, people coming together for Austin and Zach.
It's a tragic incident. We want to do as much as we can, and hopefully the rest of the community, which I have no doubt, will rally behind.
Jasmine Ramirez, CBS 8.
Yeah, definitely a good update there, Jasmine. Thanks. Well, the search is off for a missing Camp Pendleton Marine. Military officials tell us he is right there on base. Bailey Cameron had been considered missing for almost a week. We are told that after some police officers showed up, he ran away after leaving the Coyote Bar in Carlsbad. His belongings were found nearby, but again, Camp Pendleton says he is no longer missing. Well, 23 years ago, there was a school shooting in Santee at Santana High School. I actually went to Grossmont, so I remember it all too well. The gunman, a 15-year-old student, was sentenced to 50 years to life in prison. But a change in state law makes him eligible now for a parole hearing, which he'll have next week. As CBS 8's Steve Price reports, there is a strong opposition to his release.
On March 5th, 2001, Andy Williams opened fire here on the campus at Santana High School. He later pled guilty to 2 counts of murder, 13 counts of attempted murder, and was sentenced to 50 years to life in prison. But now, after serving less than half his sentence, he's eligible for parole, and a local elected leader with ties to the shooting is fighting to keep him behind bars.
2 people are no longer alive. They don't get a 25-year second chance. They don't get a 50-year second chance. They're dead. They're gone for good.
California State Senator Brian Jones went to Santana High School, and while he was no longer a student here the day of the shooting, he knows several people who were.
My brother-in-law was on campus that day, and 2 of his friends were shot, and he was in the line of fire and was missed.
Jones, who currently lives just 3 blocks from the Santee campus, is furious that California's law changed after Williams' sentencing. It now says anyone convicted of a crime when they were 25 years of age or younger is automatically provided a parole hearing no later than their 25th year of incarceration. Williams was 15 when he committed the murders, so he's been behind bars for 23 years.
I get that he was young, but he knew what he was doing. He had a game plan. He was determined. He spelled it out. He spoke about it.
Jones sent a personal letter to the Board of Parole hearings stating in part, after taking the lives of 2 innocent high school students, wounding 13 others, and causing a lifetime of pain and trauma for the Santee community, I find it inconceivable that Williams would be released before even half his sentence is complete. And he's asking for your help to fill out a petition he's posted online to stop the early release of the Santana High School shooter.
And we'll be handing over those signatures to the parole board to let them know that there is not community support for this parole.
Williams' parole hearing is scheduled for next Tuesday, September 10th. In Santee, Steve Price, CBS 8.
We will certainly keep you posted, Steve. Thank you. Well, Governor Gavin Newsom is proclaiming a state of emergency in Rancho Palos Verdes because of a growing landslide crisis. So this week, the SoCal Edison shut off power to more than 200 homes because of the dramatic shifting of land underneath them. The area has been part of a decades-long slow-moving landslide, but officials say heavy spring rains accelerate the problem. In some areas, the ground has moved nearly 4 feet in just a month. And this has sparked the Imperial Beach Mayor, Paloma Aguirre, to renew her calls to the governor and the president to declare an emergency over the Tijuana sewage crisis. This week, the South Bay is marking almost 1,000 consecutive days of closed beaches. Every day, millions of gallons of sewage flow from Tijuana into IB.
And the fact that our governor and that our president haven't declared a state of emergency is extremely concerning, because this is not just a matter of coastal access, it's also a matter of public health.
Yeah, so Mayor Aguirre also called out the disparities that she's witnessed. The governor again has declared a state of emergency in Rancho Palos Verdes over the recent landslides there. She says that she is glad they are getting the help, but wants the same urgency for her city. Well, the Oceanside Pier is starting its cleanup process on the damaged portion of the pier. It was severely damaged by a fire back in April. The debris will be removed so that city engineers can get a better look. The pier is expected to be open to the community for the most part, but there may be short periods of time when the pier will be closed to move heavy equipment. Engineers will then inspect the west end pilings below to test their condition. From there, a plan will be made on how to rebuild the damaged portion.
It's nice that it's finally happening. It's going forward. We know we're going to get our pier back, and that's the important thing.
The city says the entire process will take several years. Well, more than a dozen people were rescued from a sport fishing boat before it sank 100 miles off the coast of Point Loma. The Jig Strike was on an excursion last Saturday morning when its captain says it struck something under the water, causing part of the bow to break away. Now, he radioed for help, and another boat responded quickly enough to rescue the 17 people on board. The Jig Strike was based out of H&M Landing in Point Loma. People who have sailed on it before say the crews keep safety top of mind.
It's always been a good, clean boat and everything, and they tell you where all the life stuff's at beforehand going out, and everything you need to know should something happen or go wrong.
Yeah, the Coast Guard did launch a helicopter, but everyone had been rescued by the time it got there. Wow. All right, well, now to a new proposal to protect San Diegans from dangerous dogs, a public database that will let neighbors know if they should be concerned about the dog next door. As CBS 8's Steve Price tells us, other counties across the country have this already in place, and San Diegans do seem to like the idea.
Would you want to know if there's a dangerous dog living next door? Well, the county is considering a dangerous dog database, but is that a good idea?
Next thing you know, the Malinois comes and just snatches him.
Little Furley, attacked from behind by a dog off a leash near his home. So for his mom, Carissa, a public dangerous dog database is a good idea.
I myself would like to know if there's a dog that I should be cautious of living nearby.
San Diego County has 2,500 dog bites reported every year, but a dog would only be deemed dangerous after it's proven in court that the animal caused substantial harm or death to a victim who didn't provoke the attack. If that happens, San Diego's grand jury recommends that the dog must wear a dog tag that clearly states it is a dangerous dog. It must be muzzled when out in public, and all entrances to the owner's property must have signs announcing the presence of a dangerous dog.
Public safety, is our focal point, public safety and animal welfare.
Roger Mills is the division director for animal control in Hillsborough County, Florida, where they've had a dangerous dog database for around 7 years. They post the dog's picture and address on a public website.
That way, the neighborhood knows if they're moving there, they know they got a dangerous dog there.
Mills says it takes a civil court order to get a dog declared dangerous, and if it happens again, the owner could be looking at jail time.
If your animal, your declared dangerous animal, dog, goes out, escapes, bites someone else, or attacks another animal, they can be charged with a criminal offense. It can be from misdemeanor to felony.
At this point, San Diego County leaders have only voted to ask other cities and agencies if a dog database is feasible and to report back their findings in a few months.
Say hi.
Carissa doesn't blame the dog that bit Furley. She blames the owner and believes if every dog owner would just be responsible, there'd probably be no need for a dangerous dog database in the first place. Steve Price, CBS 8.
Yeah, interesting for sure, Steve. Thank you. Well, this week, crews broke ground on the next phase of a housing project designed to bring thousands of units to Chula Vista. Koto Vero, which is located in Otay Ranch, is one of the largest master planned communities in the country. It provides a variety of housing options from single-family homes to luxury rental apartments. More than 3,200 homes will be provided in phase 2 of this project.
I'm really proud to support a large number of military fires and also a large number of first responders and teachers. And that's normally the price point that we try and target, is kind of workforce housing for San Diego.
Yeah, the first phase of the project was completed in August of 2021. Well, we are working for you after receiving complaints about a local home builder called the Tiny House Company. Two couples allege they paid tens of thousands of dollars for tiny homes that were never delivered. One couple tells us they paid $70,000, but soon saw red flags.
We had asked for progress pictures and videos just to, know that things are being done, and nothing would be done for weeks. And we kept getting excuses after excuses.
Yeah, the company is now filing for bankruptcy, and it's unlikely customers will get their money back anytime soon. Court records show CEO David Flake is involved in an ongoing lawsuit with his former business partner over the Tiny House Company. 27 creditors are set to meet in bankruptcy court this upcoming week on September 12th. Flake's attorney says they have no comment at this time. Still ahead, some San Diego students had a very fun day shopping with the Padres. We'll hear from star rookie Jackson Merrill. Welcome back. We are learning more about the new massive aircraft that are helping fight wildfires in California. California is now the first state in the nation to own and deploy a C-130 Hercules air tanker. The first fully operational air tanker deployed Monday, with 6 more on the way. CAL FIRE first secured approval to acquire the aircraft from the U.S. Coast Guard in 2018.
Through help from senators and congressmen and the governor, they procured these airplanes for us, provided the funding to do what we have today.
Yeah, we're so thankful. The planes were modified with 4,000-gallon tanks and a fire retardant delivery system. They can fly 800 miles and are the fastest plane in the CAL FIRE fleet. Well, the San Diego Food Bank is celebrating another successful summer food drive. CBS 8 is a proud partner of the San Diego Food Bank, and this year it received 56,000 hunger bags. The food bank says that's equivalent to about 200 food pallets, 12% more than last year. The food bank CEO says they are thrilled with the haul, adding that this amount of food is going to help feed thousands of families in need. Good stuff, San Diego. Well, also an exciting day for students at the Monarch School. The Padres Foundation hosted the club's annual back-to-school shopping spree on Wednesday. Students were partnered with a player or staff member from the Padres organization. So cool. Pitcher Sean Reynolds and Padres legend Trevor Hoffman both there, as well as breakout rookie Jackson Merrill, who told us it is very special to get to hang out with these kids.
Just want everybody to see that I'm a normal human being, you know, and that I care about the community, I care about the outside world, not just the baseball field. Obviously, I show a lot of energy, but, you know, it's the same way for me off the field. I'm trying to be the same person, help out as much as possible.
Good and on and off the field. Love it. So yeah, the students were able to grab whatever they wanted, including clothes and socks, shoes, anything really that they needed for back to school. Coming up, a new kind of chocolate is going viral online, and some say they are having a hard time finding it. We'll share more about the Dubai chocolate and if you can find it here in San Diego County. Well, a new kind of chocolate is taking over TikTok. It's called the Dubai chocolate bar. So what is it, and can you find it here in San Diego? We sent our Shannon Handy to find out.
Online, some people say the Dubai chocolate bar is hard to get their hands on, but as I found out firsthand today, it's actually pretty easy. You just need to know where to look. It's the latest food craze to take the internet by storm. A thick bar of chocolate stuffed with green pistachio cream called Dubai chocolate.
We sell out every day.
Habib co-owns the Habibi Sweets in El Cajon, where it's flying off the shelves. Here they make 200 bars daily, supplying them to nearby businesses and influencers.
Yeah, influencers on TikTok that buy from us. We have other bakeries that purchase it as well. It's gone pretty viral.
Dubai chocolate was originally created by a chocolatier in, you guessed it, Dubai. In December of last year, a TikToker posted a video about it, and it's been gaining steam ever since. I found it in all 3 of the places I checked in El Cajon, which has a large Middle Eastern community. One of them, called Hackme Sweets, inside of the Tarbouche restaurant, hand makes the original, as well as ones with alternative flavors.
So we currently have 4 flavors right now. We have Biscoff, peanut butter, Nutella, and the original pistachio.
Hayat Hackme says they often run out. Adding, aside from the boom in business, the best part is giving people an opportunity to learn more about their food and culture.
And many people, when they come, they're very interested. They ask us questions, and we're very happy to introduce our culture and what our culture presents through desserts.
Another place to find Dubai chocolate is at Heavenly Sweets inside the Harvest International Market, where if you want, you can also buy the supplies to make it yourself. As for me, I'll leave it to the experts. A full bar will cost you about $15. Is it worth it? In my opinion, yes it is.
Makes me want to try it. How unique. It looks great. Shannon, thanks for the tips. Well, that will do it for us. Thank you for your time. Thank you for staying informed as always. For CBS 8, I'm Jenny Day. Take such good care. Stay cool out there.